This is a response to and an answer to the rather marvelous poem, I Want My Country Back, that I saw yesterday on YouTube. When did they appear? Or were they always here? Who is this they, anyway, that is not us? This crew of angry, desperate men, these obsolete but breathing men, the ones supplying genocide? Are those the ones that are on my side? Whose kiddies go to private schools to learn that they were born to rule, who protest they are trying and swear they are not lying, who never ask me, the angry man, what dream was yours and when? Was that the way in Palestine? Were they told one day to move aside, not asked, but ordered and decreed to make some room for refugees? If you had asked, I might have said, it pleases me to share my shed and all I have with the stranger, to shelter them from danger, to show a generosity that never once was shown to me. But that was not the way that day. We were mandated to obey by ministers and millionaires who proudly said, you see, we care, then clambered into limousines and disappeared in fields of green. What morning was it at 15 I realized there was no dream. Horizons were for other boys, for silly people full of noise who mocked me and my dignities, my works and my long memories. Who are these others? Were we introduced? A courtesy at the very least. I feel they were imposed on me with their other foods and deities. I cling to fragments like you do, to vestiges of what I knew, of frosty mornings in Stamford Hill, the smiling milk boy and his bill, and then the double-decker bus when London belonged to all of us. I lived beside the River Lee. Every breath was liberty. There were Rastas there, and Hasidim, and dignity, and old Brick Lane, and misty mornings, and a dream, and we all were crazy in the fields of green. No longer am I curious. My working days demand I rest. Then someone said I was being had. Then someone said I was bad. Useful once, but that's all gone. Now a useless thing just hanging on. Somebody said it's the Muslim man. I turned around and there he stands between myself and my Englishness. And one of us is overdressed. Immutable for you and you, it's Shakespeare and the uni blue, the empire and the commonwealth. What happened to my national health? It's not for me, I'm obsolete. To stand up straight, I must dig deep. Before you took my edges off, when you needed me just like I was, when I saved the world from tyranny, when I was the guts of your industry, I am getting used to being left behind, but I'm still here. And unrefined, uncompromised, so thanks a lot. The poets helped where you could not, the souls of hidden English men from Liverpool to the Downs of Kent, from the Bells of Bow to the borderland. If asked, of course, I'd lend my hand. Just ask me. Ask me. I'll make my case. Am I grieving that I've been replaced? No, but that I am unseen, like a beast that stands in the field of green. So I love the other poem, and I find myself filled with sympathy. But I'm not sure how useful, how civilized, how worthy of the best of us it is to simply say that they are racist, ignorant, this, that, and the other thing. You know, the English working class is has a very interesting history. One should be aware that they weren't given the vote until 1920. a prize for the First World War and the blood they shed. Perhaps, I don't know. I don't know whether it was coming otherwise. But it seems often like, as I was saying about Palestine, it's not that people come from other countries to the wealthier countries naturally. They're fleeing whatever. They're looking for a better life, whatever. It's not what that happens. That action, that occurrence is something I'm very lucky to have found a blessing in my own lifetime. It's not what is done, it's how it's done. And so if you imagine the working class of England, which is the subtext usually, that these are stupid and ignorant and racist people, if you imagine that they have, until 100 years ago, after Britain's long, long history, that a large, large chunk of the English population was just told what to do for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Shakespeare's full of it. All the poets are full of it. It's just a presumption. The BBC is full of it. Downton Abbey is full of it. And one simply doesn't ask. I mean, I wonder what this marvelous woman, I don't know if she's an actress or a poet or what, but she asks, she says, I want my country back again. Well, which country is that she wants back again? Henry VIII's, or the 19th century, the Victorian era, when those same people, that same mass of people were exploited hugely by the lords and ladies of the realm. And I find myself ending up in the same place about Palestine. A marvelous thing to provide a people who were, let's say, without a land, to provide them with a place to live and a place to feel safe. A marvelous thing. It's how it's done. Right? You cannot do it by fiat. You cannot do it by mandate. You have to respect the people who exist in the space at the time. And all my life I've had qualms. I've stepped back. I've hidden myself when the conversation amongst my class has come to the point of saying, well, they are deplorables. I don't feel that. I have been amongst them, and I don't feel that way about them. I don't know how you apply to the American working class Trump voter the same bigotries you applied to people of African descent or Hispanic descent, and think that that's somehow resolving the problem, or is indeed engaging with any problem at all. And if you were English and you were brought up in the English school system and you had their history classes and you were a working class boy, you were presented with evidence of your ruling class, your educated class, behaving like barbarians towards people of color for hundreds of years. And it could be said, it has been said by smarter people than me, that in fact what's going on at the moment is the billionaire class, who really are being exposed at the moment, are the ones who run the newspapers that keep telling us that the problem is immigration. Yeah.